What's cracking, guys? Hafthor here, back with another video. In this video today, I'm going to talk about why it's so important that Hafthor, aka the Mountain from Game of Thrones, a world's strongest man, why it's so important that recently he competed in a powerlifting meet, and how I think cross promotions like this are essential when it comes to lifting culture, physical culture, iron culture, whatever you want to name it, and how we should see more of this in the future. In case you don't know, I'll give you a quick recap. Hafthor, who is a strongman competitor, has been for several years, is right at the top, has won it, and has placed second throughout previous years. So he's a top tier competitor. He's a big old man. He's 6'9", I think 400 pounds is what he usually weighs in at. He prepared, he spent the last several months preparing for a powerlifting meet. And I actually can remember, Else, when he came here to Toronto, he got a workout session in, and we just chatted. We chatted for a few hours, grabbed some food. And I started talking to him about the possibility of competing in a powerlifting meet. I'm not taking credit at all. It wasn't my idea, but just he was wondering about the records. He didn't even know what the records were because he was so focused in strongman. And I said, obviously, I think you could take the record. You're insanely strong. I've seen him deadlift over 1,000 pounds, I think, with the elephant bar. And so it's so cool to see now Hafthor compete at a powerlifting meet because, one, I think it demonstrates that strong is strong. He totaled 24.25, so 2,425 pounds. He was in a super heavyweight category that's with knee wraps. He squatted, I believe, 550, 250 kilos. He ended, I know he tried 430 kilos on the deadlift, but missed that due to grip. He made 410. And most impressive, perhaps, is that he squatted not only 450 that we've seen before, he squatted 460 kilos, so 1,013 pounds. It was called for depth, and some people are making an issue of him getting called for depth. What I will say, one of the judges, I believe the head judge was none other than Bjornsson. So it's so cool to see this confluence of people coming together. And so I respect the hell out of Professor Shako. If he made that call or someone else did, so be it. But the point is that Hafthor competed, and he's a taller guy. There's a reason why he's called the Mountain, and he is now 100 pounds shy of the all-time record. If he got that squat, which it did seem it was very close, he would be only 60 pounds away. And so, one, I think it demonstrates that strong is strong, right? If you train the fundamental movements, even though he does strongman events, if you train the fundamental movements, you will be strong, and there is that crossover of strength. Two, also, I think should be noted is that specificity is really important. Those that train the squat, bench, deadlift year-round, Andre Milanichev right now has the record, I believe, the all-time record. If you look at his third deadlift when he pulled for the all-time world record, I'm not saying it looks super easy, but it looked like he had some more in the tank. Him focusing on those big three just makes him better at those big three. But if we want the community to get bigger and for there to be more mutual respect across different disciplines, this needs to happen more. Top tier strongman competitor competing in powerlifting. This reminds me of the days of Bill Kazmaier, where he would be competing in strongman as well as powerlifting. So we're talking about back in the late 70s, and now everyone's way too specialized. And if we take a look at physical culture throughout the last 100 years, before Joe Weider kind of separated with bodybuilding, people wanted to look jacked. They wanted to be strong. They wanted to be able to do things. We could talk about Tommy Kono, who was a weightlifter, where he competed in bodybuilding as well as weightlifting at the same time. So I think Larry Wheels coming up over to Iceland, where I think he's going to be training with Hafthor and maybe competing in strongman. Larry Wheels is a top powerlifter, also has won a bodybuilding show. That's what needs to happen. I'm all for that. That is what physical culture should be about. And lastly, I'm going to give a shout out to my favorite fellow member of our band, Iron Disciples, Alone, Thrall, because he did strongman for several years and then he moved over to powerlifting and he's doing great in powerlifting. I think experimenting with different disciplines and giving that mutual respect is so important. And so I was thrilled to see this meet. I want to see more of this. This is what the lifting community needs in order to get bigger and better. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure like the damn video. That's all the time we have. And I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace. Should I announce it now, Alice, or should I wait for the next video, what I'm competing in?
I say now is a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. Tag. Competitive tag. I'm sure you've seen it online. You can lose an eye. You can lose your life.
You're built for it, bro.
Yeah. I'm slender. Sleek, some would say. Nimble of feet and of foot.